A very good morning, children. Today we are going to see an experiment in which we will see the demonstration of unequal transpiration from both the leaf surface of a dicot leaf. Now, dicot leaf, how will you identify? I have taken here a dicot plant. Now, as you have read in your previous classes, I can identify easily a dicot plant with the help of its leaves. You can see here that a leaf has got two surfaces here, upper surface, that is which faces towards the sun, and the lower surface, this one, which faces towards soil, like this. Now, how will these surfaces, one of the surfaces called as the dorsal surface and one is called as ventral surface. How we will find that this is dorsal surface and this is ventral surface? Now, for this you need to understand a concept here. Now, this is suppose a branch, right? Now if you take this leaf and you just place it here, you will find one surface is that which is facing towards the soil, that is lower surface, and one is that which faces towards the stem, that is upper surface. The surface which faces towards the soil, that is lower surface, is always known as dorsal surface. And the surface which faces towards the axis, main axis of the plant, that one, upper surface, that is called as ventral surface. So this concept should be very clear to you, which is dorsal surface, which is ventral surface. Because in board examination, if the question, diagram based question is asked to you, you are sometimes not asked that which side has got more stomata, which side has got upper surface, and lower surface which has got more stomata, which has got less stomata. In terms of dorsal and ventral, it is asked to you, that time if you write upper and lower will not work. So you must be very clear in mentioning that if it is asked in terms of dorsal and ventral, you must be very clear that which is dorsal and which is ventral. So we have to see that from which surface more water is lost, upper, this one, or lower, or ventral or dorsal, right? So first of all, there was identification of a dicot plant with the help of its leaves. So I have taken a dicot plant, right? Now for this, we have to start the experiment by taking a filter paper. You can see here, this is filter paper, dry filter. I have cut it into pieces. You can see it is completely white in color. Now I will take a chemical here, which is called as cobalt chloride. I will make a solution of this. So you can see here, these are the crystals of cobalt, right, which are purplish in color. I will take few pieces of this and I will dissolve it in, I have taken here ethanol, that is alcohol. Right, in alcohol I will dissolve few crystals of this. You can see it is completely pink in color. Now I will take one filter paper here, this one piece of it, and I will dip it there in the cobalt chloride paper. You can see that it has turned pink, right? So the color of the wet cobalt chloride paper is pink in color. I will place it here. Now this pink paper I will take here and I will keep it there in a glass apparatus which is called as desiccator. Desiccator is a glass apparatus in which on a net of porcelain dish, white colored ring like this, which you can see here, that is porcelain dish, right? It has got holes on this. Now at the base of this, you can see here these white colored, this one, these are the pieces of clumps of calcium chloride. Anhydrous calcium chloride is actually used for absorption of moisture. So whatever air is present in the desiccator, from that also moisture is absorbed, and the cobalt chloride paper, pink colored one, which I keep here, right? You can see here, this one I have kept, one of the paper, this one, it is pink, and I will place it here. Okay? Then one more paper I have placed a little early. You can see this also. Half of the paper is pink in color and half of the paper is blue in color. Originally I have taken pink paper, wet paper. Now I have applied here the Vaseline. Vaseline is to make it airtight. Now I will slit this glass on it, right? I'll keep it for some hours, few hours, and I'll find that after some time the paper has turned completely blue, right? So a dry cobalt chloride paper is blue in color, right? Why? Because calcium chloride has absorbed the moisture from the jar as well as from this paper. So you can see here the name of the apparatus is desiccator. Okay. Now I'll take two pieces of the blue paper and I'll take one, bring it to the surface of a dicot leaf. On the upper and lower surface I'll place one piece and I'll cover it with the glass slide on both the surfaces. Purpose of taking glass slide is so that you can see the change in the color, and moreover does not allow the water from the atmosphere to reach up to the cobalt chloride paper. Previously the paper which was taken, that was blue on both the sides. Blue paper was taken, dry paper. Now you can see here the paper has started turning pink, right? This is which surface? Upper surface, that is ventral surface. Now it has, you can see here, compare it with the lower surface paper, this one. You can see it has turned completely pink. Same time both of the sides were covered with the paper, but on the lower side, that is dorsal side, you can see the paper has turned pink faster and completely, right? While on the upper surface, that is the ventral surface, the pink color is less. What does it mean? It says that more water is lost from the lower surface, that is this surface. More water is lost, so therefore the paper on this surface that has turned pink faster and completely. It means the structure from which the water is being lost that are more in number on the surface, right? While the upper surface, this one that is ventral surface, here the cobalt chloride paper is taking time and it is slow in color change. What does it mean? That less water, less speed of loss of water is there. Less water is lost and there is less speed of loss of water. Why? Because the structure from which the water is being lost, these are less in number here. So it shows unequal distribution of stomata. Stomata means the pore from which the water is lost in the form of vapors, right? So less stomata here on the upper or the ventral surface and more stomata here on the lower or the dorsal surface. So we can say here, we can conclude it here that from the lower leaf surface of the dicot leaf, the stomata which are more in number lose more water. So it demonstrates unequal transpiration from both the leaf surfaces of dicot leaf, right?